and hop right in and get some things moving and grooving here. Let's see. You know what? While I'm pulling this up, I do want to hear from some of y'all. So give me two things, right? I can see your name. Tell me your name and why you decided to partner with the PHP agency. It doesn't matter who goes first. Let's just make it happen.
Hey everyone.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Chris Bradley, and I partnered with PHP because I really want to be able to travel and do the things I love. And working hard is not the way to go. Working smart is the way to go, and leveraging PHP is a great way to make a lot of money. So let's do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Come on, next. Fire me up, people. Let's get me fired up. Let's go.
Wait, what were your two questions?
Your name and why PHP.
Hi, my name is Ayana, and I chose PHP. I'm sorry, because honestly, I like to help. I'm a helper, and I also like to have my free time. So, like you said, working smarter and not harder.
Wonderful, wonderful. Come on, somebody fire me up. Thank you so much. Come on, I'll take two more people.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Dana Antariano. I'm from New Orleans, and I'm looking forward to working with PHP because it's going to fit in with my business model and some future plans that I have.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else want to share?
Hello?
Yes.
My name is Lou Boderas. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm excited about the PHH. My husband and I, Jose Boderas, we both are ministers, and we're excited about the program, that we'll be able to help a lot of people in the ministry. Because when people die, they got to come to the pastor for instruction, for burial, for marriage. So this is a good plan for us. We're excited about it here in Jackson, Mississippi. We're looking for more people to join in with us. And we thank the Lord for Mr. Chris and his wife, Miss Edom, which was my school teacher. And I'm so excited. So I'm glad to be in tonight with you all. Have a blessed day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you guys. Now, the beautiful thing is, and this is what I love, this is what I get so excited about, man. I've been with this organization for 7 years, guys, and to see the growth and where we're going. And by the way, there's 11 people on this call, but there are over, I think the numbers on our last update video was in 2019, we recruited 51,000 people. So far this year in 2020, we're at 72,000 people recruited. And the people that are recruiting, we look like America. We are so diverse. The industry does not look like this company. I can promise you that. The industry does not give you the tips, the hints, and change your life the way that this company does. So I'm so excited for the newest person that's on this call. Once again, my name is Kenny Lamberson. I'll tell you a little bit about myself and thank everyone that actually had a chance to share. Kenny Lamberson, born in Los Angeles, raised in West Philadelphia. That's right, in West Philadelphia, born and raised on trying to see who's paying attention. Yeah, I see you, Dana. I see you.
I grew up near Allentown.
Okay, Allentown. I know exactly where you are. So right after third grade, I moved to Pottstown, Spring City, Royersford, that area. And then went to school in Delaware, so high school in University of Delaware. Shout out to the Blue Hens. Soon after college, I left Delaware to go to LA. I had this vision, this goal, this dream to help people with something called therapeutic communities. I get to LA to go to law school, land a great job in 2007. 2009 happens, the bottom of the economy falls out. And there I am, 23, 24 years old in LA with no job. And I fell back on my what I did as a teenager. Through college and high school, I worked for the banks doing customer service, telemarketing, all that stuff. So I started a credit repair company at 23, 24 years old. I then started working for a law firm helping people get out of debt. The same law firm that PHP partnered with was the one that I started with. And I was with them for about 4 years. When somebody, much like you guys were approached, somebody approached me, but he came to my desk. You guys got a Facebook message, LinkedIn, something like that, right? Or a random phone call. Someone came to my desk and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he said, "Look, I like you. Sound great on the phones. You're helping people get out of debt. I think you should come and check out what it is that I do." And I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I was skeptical. So here's what I told the guy. I said, "Look, Eric, I'm not selling nobody's lotions, potions, vacuum cleaners, wraps, teas, coffees, mushrooms, none of that." And he said, no, it's not that. I said, cool, because I did that stuff in college, and I don't want to do that anymore. He said, no, it's not that. And guys, my life hasn't been the same. I've been able to triple my income. I traveled on behalf of the company. My son is bougie. He doesn't know any other beaches besides beaches like Jamaica and, places like Aspen. He's 7-year-old bougie. My BSC, when I used to bring him to the office, he would always say, "Daddy, can we go get sushi?" And my BSC would be like, "Sushi? He's 6." But that's the lifestyle that PHP affords you. And so I'm so blessed to have an opportunity to be in front of you guys. And I wanted to share my story with you in hopes that you connected with it. And you can also begin to tell and shape your story as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in to our presentation tonight. I'm going to be doing your orientation. As mentioned before, my name is Kenny Lamberson. I am the self-proclaimed financial emancipator because my mission is to free those enslaved to the poverty mindset through financial education, literacy, and entrepreneurship. So when you get a chance, please follow me on my social media outlets, Financial Emancipator on Instagram, or financial.emancipator, @fin_emancipator, and Kenneth M. Lamberson. I think that's LinkedIn. One of those two, LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm under Kenneth M. Lamberson. But please do also take a look at my website and all that other good stuff there. We promote social media here in this company. So if you don't have yours together, we'll help you get it together for sure. So let's talk more about this great company and organization. So you have the PHP agency, and some of you will get kind of confused because you'll hear Max Life, you'll hear Fortaleza, you'll hear Emancipators, you'll hear a bunch of different other names. And I want you to be clear on who you represent. And that's what this orientation is about. So if you haven't already figured it out, you need to go ahead and download the Zoom app for your phone, okay? Almost every training and meeting that we do will be on Zoom. All right. And there's some Zoom etiquette. Okay. Please mute yourself as soon as you log in, out of respect for the class and trainers, and have your camera on, sitting in a distraction-free area. And trust me, you want to take a lot of notes. I would not approach this business as no matter what your education level is, your business experience, come in as a blank slate and let us fill you up with all the information and knowledge it is that we have. But most of all, prepare to be entertained. Are you not entertained? That's what we're going to do. We're going to give you this in a way that the industry cannot. So what is this industry? Again, speaking of industry, this is the life insurance industry. It is inclusive of life, health, and wealth, right? So most people, when they think about life insurance, they think about dying. Yes, that is a proponent of what it is that we do, but we want to talk about life and health and wealth because there are over 200 million people or more that actually need our help. In every generation, some products are just for one generation. Like, let's be real. Like, if you give your grandma the iPhone 12, she's going to be calling you every second. Baby, I can't figure out how to, right? So that product's not really for that generation. I mean, it's for everybody, but you know what I'm saying, right? The product that we have is for every generation, guys, and we have the ability to affect every generation for generations to come. And that's why I'm excited for you guys to be a part of this industry. Now, what is the PHP agency inside of the insurance industry? Okay. Well, the PHP agency is a financial marketing organization. I would screenshot these if you can, but I'm going to break this down in a way that helps me understand it. I'm not going to read specifically off the screen, but I'm going to give it to you like this. The PHP agency is your leverage to have access to other billion-dollar companies, right? To leverage their products and services and market their products and services. In order to do that in the insurance industry, you got to have a middle company, right? So you're brand new. You could not get licensed and go into a company and start representing that company right away. They would want you to link up with an organization like PHP, and that's what PHP does for you. It gives you brand recognition, so you can leverage PHP, and then also you wouldn't be able to get the contracts that PHP has negotiated. Guys, there's rarely a company out there where you get paid 100% of what you do, let alone 130% with some carriers. Some of the companies that are out there, they boast high contracts like 90%, but you're only getting paid 75% of the 90. And then if you have to purchase leads, that's another, you're only really getting paid 50%. So PHP negotiates contracts, and they have the best comp plan that exists out there. And so we're one of the most competitive organizations out there. And like I said, the big picture is like this. You have all of these multi-billion-dollar insurance companies. You have PHP and then yourself. And you are the mouthpiece, for these billion-dollar organizations. And all of that flows through PHP, through you, and then out. Okay? Much like Lou, Miss Lou, I know she said that her and her husband are pastors. Much like that works. God works through them to give them a word, and then the word comes out to the people, and the people are blessed. That's our same scenario, but we just do it in a different realm. We do it in the financial services realm. Okay, so that's the big picture, right? And so when you're looking at it, remember I told you that you're going to hear a lot of different names while you're in this company, right? So here's what the organization chart looks like. At the very top is we call him Big Coach, right? That's Patrick Bet-David, the CEO, owner, and founder of PHP and Valuetainment, the #1 channel on YouTube for entrepreneurs. If you're not subscribed to that, you want to do that. And his lovely wife, Jennifer Bet-David. Guys, I've had an opportunity to spend Christmas with these guys when it was just them, his sister and their kids, and they do it big, man. They have like Santa come down the stairs, and it's crazy, right? So very personable. And then we have our coaches, Matt and Sheena Sapala, Jose and Marlene Gaitan. The Gaitans trained me personally. Once again, I've been around for a minute, so I've shared hotel rooms with the Gaitans in Aspen when we got snowed in and stuck in Aspen. It was great. And then Dr. Cooper was also there, the gentleman in the middle. My wife and I had dinner with him while we were there. And that's actually the first time, or the second time, I think, that I met Curtis and Spring Eatman, which is our coaches in the business. Guys, we cannot have better coaches in the business. Honest, like I've been around for a minute. Like this squad that you see here, the Sapalas, the Gaitans, and the Eatmans, I'm telling you, we are the most blessed and fortunate organization in the company. I promise you that. The Eatmans are filled with a spirit that is, they're anointed. Let's just say that much. But anyway, and then if you move down, you see the Max Life Agency. You may see the person that recruited you. My good friend, Joe Molina, is my senior marketing director. He's my upline. You got Helen Burton, myself, Luke and Marcella Rayford. You got Rev and Senya down there. I see Joe Smith. That is Stephanie, the Griffiths there, Ubuntu, the Thomases. I see Ron and Candy, C3 and C4, Belinda, Antonio Martinez. These are all marketing directors in our organization. Guys, we are an SVP. No, forget that. We are President's Council, Chairman's Council team, and all of these marketing directors are here to help you grow your business. All right. So let me go back, because I know I'm moving pretty fast. I want to stay on my time, but I want to make sure that you're getting the information. You have the insurance industry, the PHP agency, you have yourself, and then you have our organization, right? Actually, let me reverse that. PHP agency, the industry, PHP agency, our Max Life agency, your marketing director, and then yourself. That's how this thing flows, okay? If you're thinking about organization charts, all right? Now, licensing. Who here wants to make some money? Like, go ahead. I think you can put a thumbs up on your screen, or you can, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't be shy. You know, money is one of the tools for ministry. So go ahead and talk to me. All right. So one of the ways, or one of the only ways, it's not the only way, but one of the ways you can do that is by getting licensed. Guys, this license is the most powerful license in the world. Okay. Why? Because everybody needs what we have. Everybody gonna die. Everybody got to pay taxes, and we can help mitigate both of those. Now, we can't stop you from dying, but when you do, your family will be left with a legacy that you were able to start. And when it comes time to pay taxes and retirement, if you have the proper account set up, we can help you mitigate those taxes and things like that. That's what we're going to be teaching you, but you got to get the license first. And I'm going to be clear on this, okay? Here's what I tell my people. I don't want you to learn insurance through studying for the exam. I want you to pass the exam. What's the difference? Well, some people may take 2, 3, 6 months because they're trying to learn insurance while they're studying. Guys, you did not take that long to study when you were in school. Okay? This is the same deal. What I would do if I'm brand new is I would book a date. I know some testing centers are closed, but I would book a date, give myself a deadline up until that time and study. In some states, you've got to get a 60, 70, 80% on the test to pass. Okay? So I use licensecoach.com. Other marketing directors or units use ExamFX. Talk to the person that recruited you and find out what you need to enroll in. But that course is a $20 course. You should be enrolled today if you're not. You pass that test, you obtain your license through the state through a website called NIPR.com. That's National Insurance Producers Registry.com. And then you get appointed with the insurance companies. I want to make something very clear. This is one of the most regulated industries that you can be a part of. Real estate is a little bit less regulated than they're a little bit more regulated, but we have some of the same high standards that real estate has. Okay. So your license is very, very important. You need to go ahead and knock that out. Okay. That's being licensed. Promotions. Now, there's a funny story. It's not really funny. Well, it is funny. There is a person in our company, right? She recruited somebody and she was a marketing director. And then that person passed her up in rank and they still outrank her, but she still overrides that person. Guys, there's no way you can do that in corporate America. You could not start out as a janitor, then work your way up to an executive and then become GM in most companies, and still outrank or make more money than the person that brought you into the business. That's not how corporate America is set up, but that is how we're set up. The reason we're set up like that is because we are designed to create business owners. So go ahead and point to yourself or talk to yourself and say, I am a business owner. Yeah. You are a business owner. If you paid that $199 to become an independent contractor with this company, you are a business owner, right? So legally you're there. We got to get you there mentally. So how do we do that? Well, Robert Kiyosaki has a great model or method to explaining how we do this. And it's called the cash flow quadrant, right? So everyone in America starts out as some type of employee. Okay, 95% of the people that you and I know are on the left-hand side of this quadrant, employee or self-employed. Now, on the left-hand side of this quadrant, you are still trading your time for money. You are trading your time for money. As an employee, you have a job. As a self-employed person, you own a job. Both of them have to show up. As an employee, you have to show up to get that $15, $13, $10, $9 an hour, whatever minimum wage is in your state, right? Or whatever your salary is. As a self-employed person, right? You own a job, because if you don't show up, you don't get paid. You know who I'm talking about: the doctors, the dentists, the attorneys, the plumbers, the hairdressers, the barbers, people like that. They're self-employed. They don't have a boss, but they definitely own a job and need to show up. What we want to do with you guys is teach you how to leverage the system that PHP has built where you become a business owner. How often do you see the business owner in the business? Like if you go to a McDonald's, which is one of the number one systems in the world, How often do you see the owner up in there? You don't. He don't need to show up. The system is flawless, right? If you work at Title Max or something like that, you'll never see the owner in there. That is because he is a business owner. He is leveraging a system with people working the system, and then the system is making him money, right? So what we want to do is we want to train you guys to leverage a system and have people working the system so that you can be on the beach in Tahiti and still getting paid. Anybody else want to be on the beach in Tahiti, get paid? That's okay. I'm just checking to make sure y'all still with me up in here. All right. And then what we'll do is once you start making money, and you're leveraging a system, your money will begin to make money for you, and you can start investing in other people's businesses. You can start your therapeutic community, which is my goal, right? So you can do whatever it is that God has ordained you to do, whether it's ministry. You know, imagine having a ministry where it's debt-free. Imagine having a business where you don't have to worry about the marketing budget because the money's coming in. That's what we want to position you guys to do, and that's what the system is designed to do. Now, how do we get promoted? How do we move you from employee, self-employed to business owner to investor? Very simple, right? So out of 12 promotions, guys, these are the first 4 promotions. The first 4 promotions, okay? In my opinion, the first promotion is the most important, okay? So right now, most of you on this call are at a 30% contract, which is great. I was talking to a guy that's in property and casualty. That is car insurance, house insurance, renters. And I asked him yesterday, I said, what's your contract? How much do you get paid when you sell a property and casualty policy? You know what he told me? He said 10 to 15%. Oh, interesting. Because our contracts start at 30%. So here's what that means, okay? In the insurance industry, when you sit down with a client and you protect that family, let's say that family decides to do $83 a month for a policy. The insurance companies advance us the annual premium. So they take $83 and multiply it by 12. And then they give it to you as if the client paid for the year already, but they haven't, right? And then whatever contract level you're at in PHP is how much of that $1,000 you actually get. Now, in our world, we call the $1,000 to 83 times 12, which equals 1,000. We call that 1,000 points, right? And then we move you down through the promotion grid to figure out how much of that $1,000 you will receive. As a trainee, which everybody on this call, I believe, is at a 30% contract, you make $300. Would it take somebody to make in 30 hours that makes $10 an hour to do? You done with one client. Okay. Remember, the left side of that quadrant, you're trading time for money. I love this organization. I love this industry. I love this company because you can buy back your time. You can buy back your time. Right? So what it takes somebody to do in 30 hours, you do in 1. Wow. All right. Now, how we move up in this company is we are not a pyramid scheme. Okay. Pyramid schemes say, hey, go out and recruit your cousin, your mama, and your auntie, and we're going to pay you for that. We do not get paid for recruiting here. We get a higher contract, but we do not get paid for recruiting. Okay. So when you recruit your first 3 people, which can be your significant other, your mama, your cousin, whoever, right? You move up in contract level. So instead of getting paid $300, the same work gets paid $400. That's why it's important to get promoted. So in the first 30 days, studs will do this, or super people, or champions will do this in a week. 3 recruits, 3 applications, 3,000 points. You should have that done in your first week. There's no reason why you shouldn't, right? The next level up is field associate. Now, here's the beautiful part. Remember, I said that associate is the most important promotion because associate, once you hit your 333 personal, you can now count whatever else happens in your organization. So if those 3 people that you recruit, you leverage your marketing director or the person that recruited you to help those people get promoted, you automatically get promoted. Because those people are going to go out and do 333, and then that's going to give you 12 recruits in your base. Boom, 50% contract. The same work that it took you to make $300 at for $1,000, 1,000 points. Now you make 500. You make 500, and all you got to do is 10, 10, 10. 10 recruits, 10 applications, 10,000 points. Don't worry. The person that recruited you in this business, it's in his best interest or in her best interest that they help you get promoted. Would you want to come out of the gate swinging at a 30% contract or a 50% contract? 50% contract, right? Because you're making more money. After that promotion, there's the 60% promotion. So for every $1,000 you write, you make $600. That is 25, 25, 25. Remember, that is your collective organization doing that number in 30 days. Now, if everybody comes on board and has the mindset of, I want to knock out my first promotion in a week, you'll knock out your 25, 25 and be ready to go. Imagine making with one client what it takes some people to make in a week or two.
Hey, Kenneth.
Because if somebody makes $10 an hour and they got to work 60 hours just to do what you did at a 60% contract in an hour and a half or less. Did I hear a question?
Yeah, can you please explain how it's possible for people to get applications before they're licensed?
Absolutely. So that's called a training appointment. Okay. So while you cannot get paid, you can still get the points. The points count for you 100%. And that's why you want to take the person that recruited you or a field trainer out in the field as much as possible for two reasons. One, because you learn the words of the business while you're out in the field with them. And then that way, when you're licensed, you're ready to go. If you don't go out in the field and you get the license, just because you get the license don't mean you're going to get paid, because you got to learn the business. So you take the person that recruited you out in the field, and when they sit down with your family, guys, we're really not there to recruit or sell. Okay, we're there to get you the training, but the information is so good that people are like, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I need this, and I need to make some more money. We end up recruiting and doing applications. When we do the applications with those people, you get the points to count towards your promotion. That's how the points count. That's how the applications and the premium count towards what you're doing. That's why, and I'll get to that in a minute. You can either be person A that says, I'm going to get licensed and not do nothing, or you can be person B that gets licensed and does something. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But the broker position, and great question, I think it's Eric, right? Or Chris? Which one?
It's Chris.
Chris, thank you, Chris. Sorry about that. The broker position is the marketing director position. Now, those three other positions, associate, field associate, director, they can all be hit in a 30-day period of time. You got 30 days to do it. Either your first 30 days or a rolling 30. So December 1st to December 31st. And I'm going to tell you guys something. That director promotion, which is typically 25, 25, 25, it is now on sale. From December 1st to December 31st, instead of having to do 25, 25, 25, you got to do 15, 15, 15. That's a deal. Okay? In order to become a broker, you must do 50, 50, 100 in a 90-day period of time. But if you are staying coachable, aligned, and moving at the speed of instruction, you'll hit your marketing director promotion in no time. We're looking for somebody to break the record. I think the record's 72 days. It could be 60 something, but I think it's 72. So if anybody on this call is crazy enough to make that happen, then your name will go in the history books at PHP for sure. All right. So that's how we get promoted here. Now, I'm about to screw this up again. Chris, to Chris's point, right? Some people come in and they're like, you know what? I ain't gonna go out here and you ain't gonna make no money off my people and da 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 da. That's fine. Hey, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. But person A, right? Person A, they come in and they're like, I'm just going to get licensed in the first 30 days. That's what I want to do. I'm going to get my license my first month, and that's all I want to do. Okay, that's fine. The second month, when you go out and write business, let's say somebody does $100 a month. At 30% contract, you made $360. Great job. Okay. What it took somebody to do in 36 hours, you got that license in a month, and you did it in an hour. But the problem with that is it's a very slow process. You never went in the field to do any field trainings. So when you get a team, you can't ask your team to do field trainings because you never did it. You don't have any moral authority. You have no team. There's no duplication, and you're basically a salesperson, which, guys, in this industry, you can be a producer, which is person A, and that's good money, man. It's good money. I was a producer for years, but I wish I would have paid attention and did person B first. Person B says, look, I'm not only going to focus on my license and knock that out in 2 weeks tops, but I'm also going to focus on getting the highest promotion I can get without being licensed. And that is the director promotion, which is 15, 15, 15. But if you did that and you went the long way and you recruited 25 people in your organization, not by yourself, but your whole team, and they all got licensed and they all went out and sold a $100 policy, you'd make $18,000, but you never sat with any of those clients. Let me say that again. If you are person A and you go out and you got licensed, never recruited anybody, you make $360, which is great. It's a good deal. But if you're person B, you get licensed and you focus on getting your promotion, now everything that your organization does, you override. That's called passive residual income, guys. You didn't do 25 appointments. Your people did. You didn't sit with somebody in Mobile or Jackson, Mississippi, and Alabama and Tennessee and all of those other places. But the person you recruited did. And because you recruited them and we trained them, you get an override. It is the sexiest word in the dictionary, override, right? It's just like a broker, real estate broker gets an override from a real estate agent. You want to be fast at duplication. You want to have a lot of clients. You want to focus on recruiting and have guests at every BOM and be extremely coachable. Now, some people may have a problem with recruiting. Let's talk about it. The NFL recruits, the NBA recruits, baseball recruits. If you're married, you recruited that person. If you have kids, you recruited somebody. If you have a church like Miss Lou does, that's all about recruiting. Jesus was the #1 recruiter in history. It's about recruiting, saving people, changing people's mind, repent, changing people's mind, right? That's what we do here. That's what this agency is built on, which is an agency building model recruiting, okay? So how do we find business partners? Well, we're actually going to help you do that. But the beautiful thing is, guys, when I came in this business 7 years ago, our CEO was not who he is today. Our CEO, when I came into this business, he had 2 minutes with Pat, and that was a flop. People were saying, Pat, please don't do any more videos. Now, could you imagine if he would have listened to them? Some of you are here today because this man has almost 3 million followers on YouTube and the #1 channel for entrepreneurs. Could you imagine if he would have listened? So I'm going to challenge you today. Do not be small-minded and listen to the people in your family that tell you that's one of those things, that's a scam, that's a pyramid. I promise you, if you listen to those people, you'll have those people's lives. You don't want that. I promise you. I promise you. And so one of the ways that we recruit or that we find business partners, so you recruit, same deal, is we leverage these videos, right? So I would do this. I would get with the person that recruited you and say, hey, can you teach me how to leverage the videos? And I'm only saying that because I think I have a few more slides that I need to get through, and I can't possibly do all of this and go over all of this. But these are the videos that we leverage, okay? The 4 ways to create wealth. If you haven't seen that, make sure that you go to YouTube and literally type in how to create wealth in 2020. You'll get the videos, okay? And the compensation video. We will teach you how to do this, by the way, in a more slow manner, okay? All right? So this is a sample script. Go ahead and take a picture of it. This is something that you can send out in your messages to your family and friends. Hey, have you seen the video everybody talking about? No. Well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the how to create wealth video and during times of crisis. Have you seen it? No. Okay. Well, if I send it to you, would you watch it? Sure. Well, when will you watch it? Can you watch it now, or can you watch it later? And then you send them the video when they tell you that they can watch it. Okay. That's step 1. Step 2 is put it in your calendar. They said they were going to watch it at 5. Put it in your calendar. Steve said he's watching the video at 5, so you know to call him back at 5:30. Be professional. All right. Get with your marketing director, because I use a system called Calendly, and I don't have to put it in my calendar. It does it for me. All right. So get with your marketing director and have them personalize this for you. But this is the general message, right? And then before you send them the video, shoot them a quick text. Hey, you ready for me to send you that video? If they answer, send it. If they don't send it. Don't waste your time. And then follow up 30 minutes later. Hey, what questions do you have about the video? And if they don't say, send me the comp video, they didn't watch it. The compensation video, they didn't watch it. All right. So that's one way that we help you get new clients. All right. And then before you send out that video, you have to ask qualifying questions. Hey, if I send you the video, you're going to watch it now or later? You're going to watch it today? Like, when are you going to watch it? And you send it to them, right? After they watch the video, you hit them up with some follow-up questions. Hey, what were you most impressed with? Can you see yourself doing something like this? What are some of the questions you have? If I can put you on a 3-way call with one of the main brokers in your area, would you take advantage of their time and be open to partnering with PHP? That is a very good, important question, because you don't want to put somebody on the phone with your marketing director. Guys, let me tell you something. As a marketing director, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, we're super busy. The time flies. It flies. I literally drop my son off at 8 o'clock in the morning at school. And by the time I get home, I feel like I got to go back and pick him up at like 2 o'clock. It's ridiculous. So it's not, we're busy people. Like, we have organizations that we're running. So you want to respect your time, our time, and that person's time. Make sure that they're open to partnering with us before you set up a call with your MD. Okay. Field training. This is important because we don't believe just in doing things like the Greeks did. We believe in doing things the way that the Hebrews did it, okay? So the Greeks would stand up and teach like our modern education system, or like I'm doing right now, kind of like a lecture. They want to tell you what to do, and then it's on your own reconnaissance to apply the information. What we want to do is we want to teach like the Hebrews taught. They said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how I do it. Then I'm going to do it, and you're going to do it with me. And then you're going to do it, and I'm going to watch. And then you're going to teach it and teach somebody else how to do it. That's how we teach, okay? That's what a field training is. If you need me to give that to you again, I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it and you're going to watch. Then I'm going to do it and you're going to do it with me. Then I'm going to do it and you're going to do it and I'm going to watch. And then you're going to teach somebody else how to do it. That's what a field training is, guys, okay? So the purpose of the field training, and by the way, I know some of you are comfortable with having people in your homes and all that other stuff. I'm not quite there yet. Y'all pray for me, okay? I will throw a mask on in a minute. Y'all lucky I don't have a mask on right now, okay? So that's why we do everything virtually, okay? Right now, it's a perfect time to do things virtually. So the goal of a field training is to teach you the words of the business, to set up a good first impression, and then the influence factor, because a lot of times people think, well, I'm not going to get licensed because I don't want you to sell my auntie and my cousins and my mom and my brothers and sisters. The reality is they will not buy from you. Trust me, guys, it has taken me years to get my family to buy from me. It's only now that people are like, oh, you do the be your own banker thing? Oh, I want to become my own bank, bro. Can you show me? It's my own sister. We grew up together. Trifling stuff. Anyway, sorry, I'm having personal moments. Anyway, so the outcome of the field training is you want to build your business in the life insurance industry today. And to build your business, you need leaders. And to find leaders, you got to get the word out. And to get the word out, you got to learn the words of the business. And that's what a field training does for you. It also will give you people clarity on who PHP is and how we actually help people. That's why field trainings are important. Okay. Now, this is a sample script on how you book a field training. All right. What I like to do for new people, I change it up just a little bit. I use words that people are familiar with. So I tend to have my new people text some people that they know and say, hey, I just took a new job on a part-time basis and I put you down as a reference. Can you make me look good? And they'll say, yeah. Okay, cool. And then I make the phone call, and the phone call sounds a little like this. Let me see who's on this call that can help me out. Who can help me out? Let me see. Oop, I don't want to change. Who's on I can't see who's on the call. Let me see. Griff, you on a call? I saw him earlier.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, can we role play this right quick?
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna call you. All right.
Sounds good.
Hey, Griff.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much, man. This is Kenny, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Kenny, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How's the family?
Oh, they're good. Growing up way too fast.
I know that's right. Y'all still making babies, brother? What y'all need to slow it down.
Yeah, no, I'm done. No more. No more.
That's good, man. That's good. Hey, I was wondering, what you got going on later today?
Nothing that I know of.
Okay, cool. I was calling you because I recently took a position with the life insurance and annuity firm, and I'm really excited about it, but I need help because I'm in training.
Okay. All right. What do you do? What is this about?
Well, I need to get a state license, and I'm working on that part, but I also need to complete 10 in the field trainings to kind of teach me the words of the business. And what a field training is basically I need you to hop on a video conference for like 20 minutes. They'll explain who we are, what we do, and it also teaches me the language of the business. You know, we're not trying to sell or recruit or anything unless you want to know a little bit more. But the main purpose of it is for me to like learn the language of the business. Can you help me?
Oh yeah, of course.
Cool, man. Well, you know what works better for you today? Like 4 or 7? I know, you know, the kids might be loud and stuff. So what works better for you?
Yeah, probably 7.
7? Perfect. Okay. Well, there's an app called Zoom out there. I'm gonna send you a link. All you got to do is download it to your phone or your computer, and then I'll forward you the ID, and you just hop on, and I'll introduce my trainer. Have your camera on, and it's going to help me knock out this training that's required. Okay.
Oh, sounds good, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Give my love to the family.
All right, later.
All right, guys. I just booked the field training. Really that simple. Now, if you're nervous about that, then you can have someone actually, your marketing director, actually make phone calls for you. Believe it or not, the phones are a love-hate relationship for us. We hate it, but we love it. We hate this. Sometimes we get our butts handed to us with new people in front of us, right? That's the beautiful thing. And then we gotta be like, well, you know, you can't win everybody. No, just playing. But so yes, if you're nervous about that, then we will help you do that. But take a screenshot of that, and that's a script that you should master. Okay. Boom.
Hey, Kenny, real quick.
Sure.
Can you tell us the difference between a guest, which is required for the Fast Start School, and a field training?
Absolutely. So a field training is literally when you're going to, and that leads me into the next segment, which is perfect. A field training is when you're actually going to go into the field and see a presentation about insurance products and what we do and things of that nature. A guest is when someone does that and you're not present. Okay. So it's like the webinar or the workshop. So for instance, right now we're in orientation. But at 6 p.m., you guys are going to stay on this line and go into a training class. But if you invited some guests, they're going to be on the other line with our coaches, Curtis and Spring, here in a workshop, a financial workshop about our business. That's the difference. So the financial workshops, they take place on Tuesday, Thursday nights, and Saturday mornings or afternoons. That's the financial workshops. Field trainings take place whenever the person is available and you have access to your marketing director. And that is a literal training when you are there and it's probably like 2 or 3 people on that call, you, the trainer, and the person that you invited. On the workshop, it's 30, 40, 50, however many people that we invite as an organization, they see one presentation. I hope that answered your question. Perfect. Okay. Now also get with the person that recruited you because they have different ways of tracking that. That's something called a captain system and things like that. So we'll do some training on that as well. But yeah, great question, Chris. So that was a field training. That's a more intimate, personal situation. We'll probably end up writing a policy out of that situation. And then we always invite, even if we do a field training, we always invite to the workshop. Okay. So the script goes a little bit like this. Hey, Aunt Susan, how are you? Oh, I'm good, baby. Okay, great. I miss you and pray that you're staying safe. I'm wondering if you can help me out tonight. My company is hosting a webinar tonight at 6 p.m. to discuss how to create a recession-proof income. Given the current state of the economy, we need some solutions like that. And I know it's late, but are you able to listen for 20 to 30 minutes and learn more about what I offer so that in the future you can send me some referrals? Yeah, I can do that. Da, 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 da. Great. And then you go ahead and you give Aunt Susan the information. So what you should do as a new person is go ahead and create a list of family and friends that will be open to making some supplemental income or willing to actually help you train. You should create that list. All right. And then there is classroom trainings for PHP associates. And that's what you guys are about to enter into here in the next 13 minutes. All right. So classroom training, virtual classroom trainings. We have Monday nights phone zone. There's the code for it. Tuesday nights training from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is specific standard time, by the way. So adjust it for your time zones, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, wherever you may be.
Hey, real quick, Kenny.
Sure.
How long would you say a field training normally lasts? I'm getting a question of how long.
So it should take 30 to 45 minutes. Here's what happens. It gets good and people start asking questions and different things, so it may go a little longer, but set the expectation that it's going to be 20 to 30 minutes. And then when we get on the line, we'll say, look, you know what, if you start asking questions, we're going to drag this thing out, but I want to make sure that I answer your questions. So set the expectations for 20 to 30 minute presentations. Okay. It could take up to, 45 minutes to an hour. It just depends on the person. If I'm sitting in front of somebody and they're a dead fish and they're not saying nothing, I'm a 20, 30 minutes, that presentation. I want to respect my time and theirs because they're not open. But if somebody's engaging, asking questions, it could take a little longer. Great question, Chris. Chris, who recruited you?
Curtis Eatman.
I'm going to be watching out for you. Person that asks the most question, guys, ends up winning the most. Just FYI, throwing that out there to you. All right, cool. And this says Wednesday night, but it's actually Thursday nights, guys. We switched it. Coach switched it so we can have a night off, but it's Thursday nights, same times, just Thursday nights, like tonight, of course, and then Saturday mornings. Okay, your base shop. So if you were recruited by me or somebody in my organization, you are an emancipator. If you were recruited by Curtis, you are in the Max Life base shop. You are a Max Lifer. If you were recruited by Joe Molina, you are a Fortalezan. I'm making this up as I go, by the way. But everybody will have different trainings. I tend to just lean on these trainings because I don't want to overwhelm people. So you get with your marketing director and they will tell you what it is to do. And also, guys, don't just depend on us. Do some independent studying. PHP put millions of dollars into our new system. There are videos in the back office that you have access to where you don't need nobody. If you don't know how to access those, text the person that recruited you or talk to your marketing director. We'll make sure that they get that to you, okay? Now, virtual presentations for potential business partners. That is what's going to be happening at 6 p.m. tonight. And that schedule is Tuesday, 5 p.m., Thursday, I needed to update this, please forgive me. Tuesday, 5 p.m., Thursday, 6 p.m., Saturday, 11 a.m. This is all Pacific Standard Time, guys. Please make the adjustments. So if you're Mountain Standard Time, you're at 6, 7, and 12. If you're Central, you're at 7, 8, and 1. And if you're Eastern, you're at 8, 9, and 2 on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And forgive me for not having it updated. So what are your next steps? Your next steps are to visit the PHP agency store, get you some cool gear, some PHP gear, get you a hat, get you a pen, get you a cup, get you a purse, get you a backpack, a jacket, something, right? Rep the company very well, and then also visit the Max Life Agency. Guys, at one point in time, I don't know if they still have these. I think a couple people got them. At one point in time, we had our own Max Life Nike. It was sick. I don't know if they're still there, but sick. So yeah, go and visit the Max Life Agency store and the PHP Agency store, guys, and get yourself some merchandise. And that you should be fighting to qualify for Fast Start School. Fast Start School. Fast Start School is where you learn the secrets of the business. You will learn why it's important for you to become a marketing director, how to do that, and the history of the company and all of these different things, guys, the 23 different ways we get paid and all that stuff. What you want to do is you want to knock all of this out as soon as possible. Champions will do it within the first week. Meet the spouse. Why? Because if we don't meet your spouse and I'm constantly calling, they're going to be like, who's Kenny? No. Who is Kenny? That's what I want to know. Right? And I don't got time for that. I had to deal with that earlier. I ain't got time for that. Okay. All right. Another story for another day. Register for your pre-licensing class, licensecoach.com or examfx.com. Whatever your marketing director is using, ask them, please. Business plan. Google or YouTube, on YouTube, type in one-page business plan and Patrick Bet-David will pop up, and follow what he says on that video. One-page business plan. Complete your top 25. Why? Because you want to get your 3 recruits done, boo-boo, don't you? You don't want a 30% contract. It's good, but you want to move up. You want a 40% contract. So complete the top 25 and let us help you make those phone calls so that we can get you some referrals in the future and possibly get you some business partners. The 3 field trainings and the 3 guests, this is what Chris was talking about. 3 field trainings. We want to sit down personally with people that you know, do it virtually, right? And then you also want to have 3 people show up at a BOM or an opportunity meeting. Okay. You want to get properly protected. There is nothing worse than me sitting down with your cousin talking about product and service. And then they turn to Yaya and be like, hey, what you got? And she's sitting there looking crazy like, what had happened was, right, they're going to be like, oop, I'm not getting nothing. And when I go to close, I'll be like, so Mr. Smith, which one actually would you like? Well, what had happened was Yaya ain't have it, so I'm not getting it. So make sure that's not the only reason, guys, okay? I'm just playing. But make sure that you're properly protected. You don't, we've had many cases, guys, by the way, and this is not to scare anybody, but we've had many cases where agents have signed, become an agent with us. We did their policy, and within a few months, they were gone. And their family loved the fact that we got them insurance and covered them. They loved it. And they sang the praises of PHP because a 23-year-old, this story's in the back office, got a life insurance policy when his parents thought he was crazy for doing it, right? So make sure you're protected. Make sure you get your big event ticket, Louisville, Kentucky, baby. We are descending on Louisville, Kentucky in February. You want to be there. If you qualify for the after party, we're going to be at the horse track where they do the Kentucky Derby. Yes, we've rented out that whole space. You guys have no idea how much it costs to do that. We often rent out those spaces when we're in Vegas. We rent out the nightclubs like Encore and the Paris, and we've done the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. We've done a baseball stadium. I mean, that's what we do here at PHP. We do it big. You want to be at big event because you're going to get a year's worth of training in 3 days. Okay, 6 months worth of training. Fine. 6 months worth of training in 3 days. All right. All of this gets you qualified for Fast Start School. Okay. YouTube and books to read. You want to go to YouTube, follow The Preneur Life. The Preneur Life is the First Lady and Mr. I don't know what you call that person, but our coach and mentor and First Lady, Spring and Curtis Eatman. That's their channel. 7 Figure Squad is Matt Sapola, #1 earner in the company. You want to learn how to make $2 million in a year? That's what him and his wife will clear by the end of this December. Subscribe to the 7 Figure Squad. Valuetainment. Over almost 3 million subscribers is sick. I remember when it was 50, right? Valuetainment, you want to go ahead and make sure that you are a subscriber to that. And then you want to make sure also that you have the Band app downloaded. Band, that's that green thing right there. That is how we communicate with each other. Each team has their own band, and then we have the Max Life band, and then, yeah.
Hey, Kenny,
Make sure you do that. Yes.
can you hop back real quick? Life class and the captain system, and then sprint award. I'm sorry if you covered them, but can you go over those real quickly? Life class. Oh wait,
Life
mine
class
says
is,
captain system too on the one I
Okay.
have.
got it. Life class is your ExamFX or licensecoach.com. That's the life class.
Okay, that's the life class. Okay, so as soon as you complete that, you get your certificate to go take the test. That completes that.
Right. Captain's list is when you have 10 people that you have invited to the BOM, the business opportunity meeting. Okay. And then what was the last thing you said? Sprint award. When you do all of those in a week's time, you get what's called a sprint award. That's important because it lets us know that you're a future leader. Only future leaders knock out that sprint award. It's just, it is what it is, right? That lets us know that, hey, this person is sharp. We need to lock onto them.
Okay, and then you can sign up for the big event where?
phpconventions.com. phpconventions.com.
Make sure they go through their marketing director for that as well, though, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mama Kim. Books to read, paychecks to play checks. I know that's right. That thing right there would preach. I would preach that. Pray checks, paychecks to play checks. GoPro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Marketing Professional. Great book. Living a Life of Significance. Want to know why this industry is so important? That book right there will definitely let you know. And the PHP Blueprint. Talk to your marketing director about that. You can get that in the back office. There's a PDF available of that, I think. And then the PHP Agent Guide to Selling Life Insurance, one of the best books that I think have been assembled to help life insurance agents in this company sell and get more knowledge and information on the industry. If you had that book and you studied for the exam from that book, you'd be pretty good there too. That's another way that we could package that. That's a great book. I love that book. All right. Now, what's next for you people? Maybe I shouldn't use that term. What's next for you guys? Complete week 1 of the system flow if you have not already done so, and ask the person that recruited you or your trainer for the packet. Get licensed in your first 14 days. Don't play games with it, guys. Don't play games with it. Go ahead and get licensed, right? Complete 3 field trainings via Zoom and get your first business partners, right? I'm sorry, I can't see my screen here. Okay. Yeah, studs will complete 10 in a week. Studs, champions, whatever you want to call yourself, right? Complete 3 guests to a live webinar workshop within your first 2 to 3 business days, or first 2 to 3 days in business. Studs or champions would do this in about 10. I'm sorry, we'll do 10 in a week. 10 in a week. That actually makes you a captain, right? So 10 people, 10 invites, 10 guests to BOM makes you a captain. And then please visit the PHP Education and Quest app and watch the field training videos at least 10 times so that you can familiarize yourself, that was a big word, with the system, with the words of the business, how and why we do what it is